Hello, everyone. Today I'm here to talk about boosting confidence in exams. Some of my students have been requesting me that, ma'am, please make a video on this. So I'm here to make a video on boosting your confidence in the exams. Most of you are facing the boards, and that is a real traumatic time. And this is to tell you that just take it easy, just chill, just relax. You have got it covered. You've been studying for this throughout the year, and you don't have to get worried. I'm here to give you a few tips or outline a kind of a strategy which will help you to, stay focused and keep within your limits. So the first one is to create a strategy. Now make a plan. Look at your timetable. See the ones which are most the difficult subjects first and the easier ones in the second slot. In the first slot, depending upon the kind of span of attention which you have, if it is for 2 hours, don't go for long stretches because then you get tired. So keep like for a 1 hour, keep a subject and then follow it up in the next hour after a break with an easy subject. So like this, you can have throughout the day, you can have 4 slots if you think the time is less, or you can have just 2 slots and concentrate on it. Don't overburden yourself. Keep within that time frame and then take time for relaxing, take time to eat your lunch, have a bit of a nap, then wake up, then again study, then eat your meals, go for your exercise, and carry on the timetable that way. So, but you write it out so that you stick to that formula. The second one is create mock exams, or if you don't have any mock exams ready made, normally you have them for the boards. You have the previous year's papers, last 5 years or last 3 years, whichever is now the end thing. So you do that. And now with so much of access to Google and online matter, you can, get all this in a kind of a nutshell. So just look through them, find them, and make your notes. Make them very crisp, concise, and to the point. Then identify your problem areas. In certain areas which you have problems, identify it and see what are your shortcomings and where you need extra focus. Then if you need tuitions or if you need guidance or if you need, some extra help, you can take that. And if somebody is there in your family only who is good at that subject, you can take their help. That's the best one. Then have yourself a mentor or a guide, preferably a person who is older to you. It will be good if it is a teacher, whose class you passed out from, because a teacher who is teaching now, you now won't like to get involved in it. So somebody who has been like, teaching you a long time ago, like I've been teaching, and now when my students ask me, I am free to give them advice which will not, um, show that I am leaking out some information to them. So that is why it is good to have a mentor or a friend with whom you can discuss whatever you've been studying and your points. The more you go over it, the more you discuss it, the better clarity you will get. Then eat healthy, don't skip meals. Normally at this time, what you tend to do is that, I won't eat. I have too much of stress, so I will have something, like fast food. Fast food is the worst thing you can have because it doesn't really give you any, energy for your brain, food for the brain. And they say studies requires more food than manual labor does. A person doing manual labor won't need to eat that many calories as a person who is studying, because the brain, when it burns the calories, it burns them faster with mental work. So you need to have a very good diet, preferably a lot of fruits and vegetables and things like that. And you also have to have exercise. So if you go running, if you're a young person and you go running, or you go to the gym for a little while, or you have something to do outside the house which will boost your entire system with some fresh air and keep you active. Then your 8 hours of sleep are very, very essential. Don't skip on that. If you're getting up early and if you think that, the early hours of the morning, like for me, the early hours of the morning were my go-to time. Like, say, if I'll get up by 4 o'clock, then 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, I'll be studying. But if you are studying through the day, then make sure that you get your 8 hours in the night. I used to make sure that I get my 8 hours because I used to go to sleep earlier. So, maintain that kind of a regime. And then just relax, chill. Sometimes you sit down and watch TV with the family, eat a meal with them, sit and laugh and joke. Having a release from this mental stress is tremendous. Children tend to get overburdened, and if they're staying closed up in a room and thinking thoughts, they overthink, and then they become overstressed, and that only leads up to creating stressful situations in your body, and that's not good. So when you go for your paper, you're going to get a mental block, or you will not be able to perform at your maximum level. I am telling you all this so that you will be at your top performance. That's what I used to do personally. And then revise, revise, revise. This can't be understated, or it can't be overlooked. You have to be really revising through the notes you made. Make short notes, crisp notes, to the point notes, and keep revising them. Ask somebody to take the notes up if necessary. Notes are very good, because you have just the main points and you know the main points. Then automatically you can fill in the blanks with the actual matter of that point. So as long as you remember the point, automatically everything will fall into place because you have been studying it throughout the year. These things will just automatically, like on a computer, everything is stored in its place, and you just have to go to that particular area. You have to press those particular buttons and the whole thing comes out. Your brain is also like that. It has been storing and stocking up all this information in files and folders which we don't know about. But yes, when you need it, your brain clicks through those folders and voila, at the exact time that particular thing comes to mind. So you just have to sit down, concentrate, meditate, and the things will come. Another very important thing to do is to say your prayers, whichever religion you belong to. Say your prayers. Your prayers are very important because the omnipotent one is there to enlighten you. सरस्वती जिसको कहते हैं, तो उनकी पूजा करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. So that will teach you in any religious philosophy that God is the enlightenment, and He will be the one who is going to help you and enlighten you at the appropriate time. So your puja early in the morning is very, very essential. Get up early, go to sleep early. There's that poem when we were small, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. It's very, very true, because when you get up early, you have more hours to work in. You have more fruitful time to invest in. You have, the whole day in which you can plan a schedule that is going to take in all these things which I have outlined. Otherwise, somebody would say, ma'am, you're suggesting too many things. It's not possible. Everything is possible. It's just that you make a schedule, create a timetable, make room for everything which I have spoken about. And then let's see. I'm sure that you are going to ace your papers and then get back to me and tell me about it. Okay? This video was created especially for you, Harshvardhan, and all your friends. Yes, you all have been sending me the comments, and no, I saw it. So, this is for you. Take care. God bless.